Hello and welcome to the Ask a BA channel. This is the third lesson in the series How to Become a Business Analyst. And our lesson for today is the BA deliverables and techniques. Now, what are BA deliverables? BA deliverables are those artifacts which a business analyst is expected to deliver during the course of a project. And some of those artifacts include a project brief, a business case, a project charter, the cost and financial derivation, and sometimes this also refers to cost benefit analysis and similar documents. Then there's the business requirements document, there's the benefits realization document, there's the traceability matrix, there's your as-is and to-be process designs. The as-is and to-be process designs refers to the current state and the future state processes of that organization. And then you've got policy management documents. In this video, I will not be going into detail into each of these deliverables. But if you want further explanation on any of these, drop me a comment, drop a question, and I would get right into it. The other thing we need to talk about is what are the BA techniques, the technique that a BA is required to use in order to deliver these deliverables. Now, those BA techniques are quite a lot, and in this video, we're just taking a look at a few. There is the PESU, there's the most, there's the thought, there's the requirement gathering, there's quantitative analysis, there's qualitative analysis, there's project benefits value proposition. There is the MOSCO, which stands for must have, should have, could have, or won't have. This is a prioritization technique which business analysts use in prioritizing requirements. Then you've got the as-is and to-be process mapping. Then you've also got data analysis. For a business analyst, data analysis is usually done at a high level. PESU usually is to talk about the environment. So we talk about the policy, the economic environment, the social environment, the technology environment, the legal environment, and actually the environment itself. So these are the different factors within these areas that can affect the business analyst and the way requirements are gathered. Now, once the business analyst has put together a number of business deliverables using the business analysis techniques, another important thing the business analyst has to look at is the role the business analyst has within a project. And that takes us to the role of a business analyst in project delivery. Now, every organization usually have projects that they need to deliver, and the business analyst comes into this organization to help deliver this project. Now, projects generally fall into a life cycle. And in this example, we are looking at different stages of a project life cycle delivery. Now, we've got the first phase as initiation, and then the second phase as analysis and design. And we've got development, then we've got testing, we've got implementation, we've got review and close. It's important for you to realize that if you go through different literature, you might find different stages to define the life cycle of a project. Some of them will be similar to this, and some may be slightly different. This is because every organization tends to have a different way of categorizing their project life cycle, but ultimately it falls within a particular part, and that is you will be able to identify the initialization phase, which in this case is initiation. You'll be able to find out where they do the analysis and design, and then the development itself, then the testing, implementation, and then the close of the project. Now, what role does the business analyst have to play in these different stages of a project? In the initiation phase, the business analyst usually has to analyze the organization. He has to also identify the business needs, identify opportunities, identify solution options, and provide recommendation. It is usually at this stage that the business analyst is trying to really understand the problem, trying to understand the question why, and then they move into the analysis and design. In this phase, the business analyst starts to develop the business processes. They start to do gap analysis. They start to define business requirements. So in other words, they are analyzing the organization. They are going more into details. They are trying to understand what the current state of the organization is, and that is the as is. And they're also trying to understand what is the future state. Where is the organization trying to go to? And they also create as is process maps and to be process maps. At this stage also, they might also need to support procurement activities. Now, once all of those phases are done, then you move into development. Now, within development, this is where the business analyst tries to work with the developers so that they can understand the business requirements. So the business requirements have already been written and developed in the analysis and design stage. And in the development stage, the business analyst is working with the developers to make sure they understand the requirements so that the end solution actually meets the requirements of the users. And then you've got the testing phase. Now, in this testing phase, usually you have the testers who work here, but the business analyst would normally support the test teams, help them to clarify the requirements, make sure that the test scripts are validated. They also tend to work a lot with the users in this area. And so business analysts are very important in doing what we call user acceptance testing. So they work with the users to make sure that the system meets their requirements. So they help them to test the system. They also have to validate defects. So if there are defects in the system, the business analyst would help working with the users to identify these defects and make sure that these defects are corrected. And once all of that is done, then you move to the implementation phase. Now, within the implementation phase, the business analyst is usually helping to support training, any business change. So the implementation is where they're actually now implementing the system. And so the business analyst role here is to support training, help with any business change, help the organization to move effortlessly into using the new solution. And then you come to review and close. Review and close is the end of the project lifecycle. And at this point, this is where the business analyst helps the business to ensure that the benefits that were identified at the beginning of the project, at the business case, make sure they try to make sure that these benefits have been realized. Sometimes some benefits are immediate, some may take a while for it to be realized. But the business analyst during the review and close helps the business to make sure that benefits can be identified and also helps in putting together what you call a lessons learned document. The business analysts generally they are the gatekeepers of the requirement catalog and any change requests during the project lifecycle. And they also try and ensure that there is no scope creep. So basically, that is the role of a business analyst in a project delivery life cycle. If you've got any questions, drop your comments, let me know. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and let us know what other areas and topics you would like us to discuss in the business analysis journey. Thank you for visiting today, and I'll see you in the next video.